two days are important in your life. One is the day you were born on. And the second is the day you find out why. December 18, 2006 was an important and transformational day in the life of Captain Fearless, King Kohli. One of the best batsmen of this generation, often compared to God of cricket Sachin. But I request you not to compare anyone with each other. Let him be the first Virat Kohli, not the second Sachin Tendulkar. The fiery Virat, one of the best cricketers the world has witnessed, his unguarded dominion ruling of all corners of the field. His majestic tons and lofty sixes are a feast to the eyes of every cricketer. No matter where he or she is from. #number 18 and #the run machine. He is like the sun, nobody can reach him. His fans are like the stars, nobody can count them. His runs are like the skies. Nobody can limit that. His records are like the universe, always expanding. His shots are like black holes. Nobody can resist the attraction. His awards are like planets, numerous. But, his life story has become a dark matter, not known to many. So, on the honor of King Kohli's birthday, let's rewind his life to see how far has he traveled. From being made fun of by Australian fans in 2012 to requesting Indian fans stop making fun of Aussie cricketer Steve Smith. From a poor boy in Delhi to owning a private jet, having the most followers on Instagram by an Indian. From playing with plastic bat to having a wax statue on his name. How this transition occurred, let's see in this video. And without further ado, let's begin the motivational biography of Chiku. Our story begins on 5th of November 1988 in Delhi when a criminal lawyer Prem Kohli and a homemaker Saroj Kohli gave birth to a beautiful boy whom they named Virat Kohli as their third son. Virat Kohli had a strong connect with his dad Prem Kohli, who used to bowl to him since his age of 3, where Kohli started his cricketing journey with a plastic bat. Never did he know that he would be lifting a willow bat studded with sponsor stickers, wearing the national jersey with a number 18 written on it. But, Kohli played the game for his satisfaction and joy. Slowly, the bond between Virat and cricket started becoming as strong as the bond he had with his dad. To such an extent that he never missed a single match, no matter if it happens at day or at night. He even bunked his school few times to watch matches. Especially that Sharjah Desert Storm innings by Sachin was the favorite memory of his. And whenever he sees the Indian team lose, he used to say that, if I were in that position, India would definitely have won the match. His dad used to smile at the words of the innocent boy and cuddle him. After he grew up to a 6 to 7-year-old kid, Virat Kohli started to playing cricket with his neighbors who would all be at least twice his age. They all played together in the narrow roads near his apartment. Since then, Virat started breaking windows and balls. After he breaks the windows, all kids used to run away and hide. Whereas Kohli would still be there. This shows how much he loved the game. Though few people appreciated him for playing shots that reach as high as the second story of their apartments at such a young age, few used to scold him up. Still, few people used to gather around in their balconies to watch such a young kid bat. Such was his fanbase since his childhood. Few people even suggested Kohli's dad to enroll him in a cricket academy. Because Kohli's batting styles were unique and not like the ones the other people used to play. And as per their words, his dad did not want Kohli's talent to end up in the streets. Therefore, he took in 9-year-old Kohli in Delhi Cricket Academy for trials. His coach was shocked to see such a young boy coming to the academy. He even asked his dad, can such a young kid play the sport? But the aggression and passion on Kohli's face showed his confidence. But since an important match was coming up for the team in their academy, there was an intense practice going on among the seniors. Needless to say, the coach could not make Kohli bat. So, the coach told Kohli to stand as a fielder. But Kohli had other ideas. He impressed his coach before even he could face a ball. His enthusiasm in fielding was well visible. His athletic saves and an off-balance run-out form a long distance was what attracted his coach first. After this, his coach gave intense training to Virat Kohli, who completed them in a jiffy without an excuse. He also used to stay there overtime to practice and improve his batting. Slowly, he got a place for his academy in local tournaments. Kohli first played for Delhi under-15 team in October 2002 in the 2002-03 Pali Umregaur Trophy. He was the leading run scorer for his team in that tournament with 172 runs at an average of 34.4 and became the captain of his team for the next season of the same tournament, where he scored 390 runs in 5 innings at an average of 78, including 2 centuries and 2 50s. In late 2004, he was selected in the Delhi under-17 team for the 2003-04 Vijay Merchant Trophy. He scored 470 runs in the first 4 matches at an average of 117.50 with 200s and top score of 251 not out, and became the top scorer with 757 runs in 7 matches for his Delhi under-17 side that also won the 2004-05 Vijay Merchant Trophy. And Kohli's performances were improving day by day. And as he grew up, on July 2006 he toured England with an under-19 team and returned victorious, and later reproduced the same result against Pakistan in August to September 2008. He later made his first-class debut in a Ranji Trophy game for Delhi against Tamil Nadu in November 2006 at the age of 18. Scoring 10 in the game, 13 against Uttar Pradesh in the next and 21 against Baroda, Kohli was about to play his next game against Karnataka. And he finished with 40 not out on 17th December in a game in which his team was almost about to lose. But, the next day shook the biggest grief of his life. His most favorite person, whom he considered one of the elements of his life, namely his dad Prem Kohli, died on bed the next morning. After his teammate had heard the news, they called Kohli and told him to stay home, saying him to perform the last rites of his dad. When Kohli asked about the game, his teammates were saying that they would take care of all that in the next game. But to everyone's surprise, that was the day when Virat Kohli turned into Virat Kohli. He was padded up, nicely dressed, and was the first person sitting in the dugout waiting for his teammates. His teammates even told him to return home to complete his dad's funeral rites, and also insisted him to take rest as he was awake since 3 a.m. since his dad died. But Kohli never listened to them, saying that not completing a work he started was a sin in his terms. Even to his coach, he said that I have promised to give my 100% for cricket and for the nation. And this is an important tournament to show the nation who I am. Saying these words, he went on to continue batting from 40 not out. He played a significant knock of 90 off 238 balls, playing for 4.5 hours, and prevented his team from losing. After getting out on 90 runs, Virat Kohli sat in his dugout crying. His teammates thought that he was crying on the death of his dad. But the reason was because Kohli missed a century that day because of an umpiring error. After getting out, he went to attend his dad's funeral. This was the day Kohli became King Kohli. The day he transformed from a childish kid to a mature man. And on the honor of this day, Kohli uses his jersey number as 18 even today. With such a dedication and a heart of stone and nerves of steel, he played several local tournaments and was eventually selected for the 2008 Under-19 World Cup to be held in Malaysia, and he was named the captain. In this tournament was where several legends blossomed. Few of them are Steve Smith, Marcus Stoinis, Josh Hazlewood, Chris Wokes, Ravindra Jadeja, Kane Williamson, Corey Anderson, Trent Boult, Tim Southey, Reza Hendricks, Dinesh Chandimal, etc. Here, he led the team to victory and brought the cup home for the second time. After this, he was selected in the Junior Indian team, otherwise called the India A team, which went to Sri Lanka. But luck struck him from nowhere. The Senior India team was also touring the Senior Lankan team at the same time the junior teams were playing. During that series, both Sachin and Sehwag were injured and ruled off from the series. So the management decided to include one person from the junior side into the senior team. And that person was Virat Kohli. In this manner, Virat Kohli made his ODI debut for India even before he made his India A debut. His consistent performance in the series also led India to its first ever series win against Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. In the fourth match of that series, Virat hit a half-century which would later be the first of many. Later he also scored his first century against the same team at a stadium known for its record-making and record-breaking matches. Slowly, he made his T20 and Test debut too. During this, he was also picked up by Royal Challengers Bangalore for 12 lakh rupees. From then, he never left RCB till date. In the next series against Bangladesh, Kohli had a verbal exchange against Trubel Hussain including few disturbing words, but he proved that not only his mouth, but his bat too could speak in the next ODI series against Australia. Following this came a Test series against Australia where the Aussie cricketers used their usual style of sledging. They gave false information on Kohli to media and pushed Kohli into mental imbalance. During that match, when Kohli was fielding near the boundary line, he faced criticism from Australian fans who started booing him. On the same day, Mitchell Johnson threw a ball directly at Kohli's head while attempting a run-out. The next two balls as a revenge were swung to two boundaries off Johnson. After this, Kohli's words was the talk of the town. He told Johnson to aim to hit the stumps, not him. Since that night, controversies arose against the behavior of Kohli. He replied in his Twitter to controversies stating that Johnson threw the ball aiming at his face intentionally, not by mistake. But Kohli soon received some support from English batsman and his RCB teammate Kevin Pietersen and Bollywood actor Amitabh Bachchan. While Pietersen tweeted "Ha ha ha. Welcome to Australia buddy." Bachchan said just ignore criticism. It's there so you can prove it wrong. You are a great human and we adore you. Play well, we are with you. The next day, Kohli showed his fire and aggression. Having hit centuries in both innings of the game, Kohli scored more than 400 runs in the series. From here, Kohli started being calm and composed. But his aggression had not left him. He tried a lot to prevent outing on late nights and partying by going to the gym regularly. From then on, there was no stop to his fitness vows. That was the rise in his ranks and the dawn of the Kohli era. He was picked for the 2011 World Cup and he played important innings in few games. But after the World Cup, his form dropped and he was swinging into and out of the team regularly. But, in the 2013 Champions Trophy, Dhoni found the perfect spot for Kohli. And after that brilliant season, nobody could ignore him. He became a regular fixture in the Indian squad. Later, he also was given the role of vice-captain of Indian team taking into consideration his under-19 World Cup captaincy experience. Then, in the first test of the Australian tour in December 2014, Dhoni was not part of the Indian team at Adelaide due to an injury, and Kohli took the reins as test captain for the first time. Kohli scored 115 in India's first innings, becoming the fourth Indian to score 100 on test captaincy debut. In their second innings, India were set a target of 364 to be scored on the fifth day. Kohli came into bat when the Indian innings was reduced to 57 for 2 and started batting aggressively. He put on 185 runs for the third wicket with Murali Vijay before the dismissal of his partner, which triggered a batting collapse with Kohli losing batsman at the non-striker's end. India severely collapsed from 242 for 2 to 315 not out with Kohli's 141 off 175 being the top score. Kohli said that his team was looking for a win and not a draw, while also saying that it was the best test he has been part of. Kohli's second innings ton was hailed by several Australian commentators as the finest fourth innings performance they had ever seen in Australia. But again his poor test form continued. Following this, he soon turned into a captain and his fearless, aggressive and dominating innings earned him the name, Captain Fearless. After leading the team to the 2015 World Cup semis and 2016 T20 World Cup semis, Kohli started ruling all corners of the field, especially in Asia Cups. He gradually turned into a record breaker. Virat Kohli is the only Indian batsman who has secured 890 rating points in the ICC ODI ranking. Earlier best rating of 887 was held by the god of cricket Sachin in 1998. He is also the second Indian batsman after Sunny to reach the 900-point mark in the ICC player rankings for Test batsmen and holds the record of having the highest ICC rating points in the ICC player rankings for Test with 6 points ahead of Sunny. He also holds the record of most double centuries as a captain in Test matches with one greater double century than legendary batsman Brian Lara. who had 5 double centuries as a Test captain. In October 2018, Virat Kohli became the fastest batsman to score 10,000 ODI runs in both number of games as well as number of days. In number of games, he took just 205 innings to reach the landmark and beating Sachin by a huge margin, who had taken 259 innings to touch this landmark. In terms of age, Rahul Dravid scored 10,000 ODI runs after playing 10 years, 317 days, while Kohli touched this feat by playing just 10 years and 68 days. He battered Hashim Amla's record of 15 innings to score 1,000 runs in 2010. Kohli is also the only player to score more than 20,000 runs at an average of over 50 in all 3 formats, and is the only captain to score the most ODI runs in a year. Kohli scored 1,460 runs in 2017 and surpassed former Australia skipper Ricky Ponting's 1,424 runs in 2007. Also, when Kohli smashed 6 centuries in the year 2017 and 2018 each, Kohli became the first captain in one-day internationals to smash 6 ODI tons in a calendar year, and that twice. So these were very few interesting records held by King Virat Kohli. We hope that in the years to come we will hear a lot about cricket records of him. Focusing on his IPL career, Kohli was bought on a youth contract by the Royal Challengers Bangalore. He had a poor season with a mere total of 165 runs in 12 innings at an average of 15.00 and a strike rate of 105.09. He fared slightly better in the second season, in which he made a total of 246 runs at 22.36, striking at over 112, while his team made it as far as the final. In the 2010 season, Kohli was the third highest run getter for his team with 307 runs, averaging 27.90 and improving his strike rate to 144.81. Ahead of the 2011 season, Kohli was the only player retained by RCB, and Kohli was made vice-captain of the team that year and also captained the team in a few matches when the regular skipper Daniel Vettori was injured. Here, his RCB coach Ray Jennings said that the 22-year-old would become the future captain of not only the franchise but also the Indian team. And as per his words, Virat Kohli was the second highest run getter of the season with 557 runs including 450s, only behind universe boss Chris Gayle in the 4th season where his team finished as runners-up of the IPL. Kohli accumulated a total of 557 runs at an average of 46.41 and a strike rate of over 121 including 450s. The next season it didn't go as per his plan. But in 2013, after Vettori's retirement, Kohli was appointed as the team's captain. The Royal Challengers finished 5th on the league table that year, but Kohli found success with the bat. Averaging 45.28. He hit a total of 634 runs at a strike rate of over 138 including 650s and a top score of 99, and finished as the season's third highest run scorer. But his breakthrough performance came in the 2016 IPL where RCB finished as runners-up and Kohli broke the record for most runs in an IPL season by scoring 973 runs in 16 matches at an average of 81.08. Winning the Orange Cap as well as Most Valuable Player award of Vivo IPL 2016. He scored 4 centuries in the tournament, having never scored one in the 2020 format before the start of the season, and also became the first player to reach the 4,000-run milestone in the IPL. At the launch event of his biography, Driven, The Virat Kohli Story in New Delhi, in October 2016, Kohli announced that RCB would be the IPL franchise that he would permanently play for. Kohli missed the start of the 2017 season due to a shoulder injury. But, he top-scored with 308 for his team, which finished the tournament at the bottom of the table. On the occasion of the 10-year anniversary of IPL, he was also named in the all-time Cricinfo IPL 11. In the 2018 season, Kohli was retained by RCB for a price of Rs 170 million, the highest for any player that year. And last year, Kohli became the second player to reach 5,000 IPL runs after Mr. IPL Suresh Raina. This season looks like RCB's season, as they seem like a strong side now and are into the playoffs where they will clash with the Sunrisers in the Eliminator. Who knows, RCB might win their maiden IPL. Focusing on his personal life, he was acting in an advertisement where he met Anushka Sharma, and from then, the couple fell in love with each other. They also earned the nickname Virushka. But controversies arose among them. After months of rumor and are they aren't they, Anushka and Virat made it official in 2014, saying, "We are not hiding anything. We are two normal young people in a relationship." The two made their first public appearance together in November 2014 when they were spotted cheering at an Indian Super League football game in Pune. Rumor came saying that English cricketer Danielle Wyatt proposed Kohli. But amidst the controversies, Virat and Anushka finally tied the knot on December 2017. But fans used to make fun of Anushka whenever Virat Kohli underperformed for India. But doesn't care about them. That is also evident from the fact when one Indian commented that watching England and Australia batting is far better than watching Virat and the Indian bat. Virat came up with a reply saying that he doesn't care if he hates him or not, but he mentioned that the fan does not deserve to be in India as he hates his own national side. Such is his level of patriotism. Respect level, infinity. Back to his personal life. Anushka is pregnant now and the couple is waiting for their first child, expected to be born in January 2021. Today, he is the most followed Indian on Instagram and is one of the top few sportsmen globally with lots of endorsements and millions of fans. Now viewers, I am not going to say you what I am going to learn from Kohli's life. You choose this. Is it Virat's dedication towards the game despite the loss of his dad? Or his priceless love for his wife and fans? Or the way he responds to haters and critics? Or is it none of the above? Let me know in the comments. I will see you in another video. Till then, goodbye.